Hi, welcome to Broken Bushcraft. I'm Adam. Today we're going to talk about how to process firewood. Not using this or this, but just this. Before we do that, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and then let's kick this off. So the firewood you're going to most likely be using is going to be small. You're looking for something like this, something that is smaller than the diameter of your knife, but you can easily collect and saw through with your handsaw. Not looking for these massive pieces, looking for these pieces, because you have to build up to your fire. So you have your smalls, which are anything that's smaller than a pencil, and then your fuel, which is anything that's bigger than really typically your pinky or your thumb, and then these, which will keep the fire going for longer and allow you to cook on it, allow you to heat an area up. So, but we don't need this big log. We need to get the fire to accept these big logs. So let's do it. Okay, so the process of what we're doing is called batoning. And what you're gonna need is your knife. You need a piece of wood that your knife can go all the way through, leaving a little bit of real estate on the other side so that you can hit on. But now if the piece of wood is too big, then what you got to do is cut it in portions. So we'll start with this big piece here. So to begin this, you're gonna find a point on the wood where you have a little bit of real estate past it, and then where cutting edge is behind it. You're gonna take another solid piece of wood and just start the process. So now see it's in the wood. And stay at it, make sure you're staying out of your triangle of death here. Also, I'm using a piece of wood right here to support this, but if I was doing this on the ground, then I would put another piece of wood right about here so that I could stop the knife so it doesn't go into the ground, hitting a rock or damaging the blade that way. So, and trying to keep the blade as parallel as you can to the ground while working your way through. So this is the first piece. Now, what is the point of batoning? Now, the point of batoning is to process these big pieces so that you can use them as fuel to then get up to a bigger piece for your fire. But also, if the wood is wet, getting to the heartwood, the wood that's in the middle of here, this is the only way to do it. And most of us aren't carrying around an axe on our typical day hikes. So the knife is what you have, the knife is what you're gonna use. So you see I split it here. So now I have more real estate this way. I'll go that way now. Now when you're hitting on the knife, you can either hit on the top here, on the flat portion of the blade, but you want to hit on the tip and work it down. So let's start in there, and then start working the tip down. Now the tip, I've lost a little bit of it there. So what I'm gonna do is hit the wood until the tip is back, and then work it down. Just gonna keep going all the way around. Now, see the knife is stuck here. What do? Well, you can bang the knife back out, get it back to parallel, hit it through, and start again. This is why it's really good to have a fixed blade knife where the metal is all the way through, so a full tang, so you can beat on it like this. process this down even more. I can keep going smaller and smaller so I can feel my fire. So that's batoning. That's batoning on a bigger piece. Basically just gonna cut down the edges until you can actually, so this piece right here, now my blade goes all the way through it. So I can baton on this whole piece of wood now. This is not the best piece to use because it's too long, but maybe we'll make a camp mallet here in the future. Now that big piece is reduced to a bunch of little pieces, and you can keep processing it down even farther. Now, like I said, this isn't the best piece because it's so big. Perhaps saw this down so you have a handle, but you want to at least have something to hold on to, which is why making a camp mallet is pretty good. Maybe we'll do that next week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the woods.